Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
What's happening, people? How are you guys doing? Today, I want to talk to you about 5 signs that your trading mentor, your trading guru, is a complete fraud. But first, for the ones of you that don't know me yet, my name is Andrew, and for the last 10 years, I've worked in many retail and institutional forex brokerages in Europe. Learn what most forex brokers don't want you to know by watching our daily broadcast. And if you like what you see, guys, like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. I'll give you exactly 30 seconds to absolutely smash that subscribe button, and then we get started. 5 signs that your trading mentor is a complete scam. Coming up. Right, and we're back, guys, with 5 signs that your trading mentor is a fraud. I decided to record this short video after seeing many fraudulent so-called gurus, trading gurus, posting stuff on social media that didn't make sense. Also, I had a lot of you emailing me and asking me, what is my opinion about the trading gurus? What do I think about this person or the other person? So today, I'm going to tell you the 5 things, the 5 red flags that you might be dealing with a fraudulent mentor. So let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Number 1, they promise you huge profits. This is the number 1. This is the red flag, okay? Someone that is promising you hundreds of thousands that you might be making without any knowledge of the financial markets in a very short term is very likely to be a fraud, okay? This is almost impossible, okay? Making huge profits, huge amounts with no knowledge whatsoever about the financial markets. Does it really make sense? No. So let's move on to number 2, guys, and see what else do fraudsters tell you. They offer to trade on your behalf. Also, you're going to have a lot of announcements, a lot of posts on social media. Low entry, I'm going to manage your account. I'm going to help you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Guys, do not fall for this. In order for someone to trade on your behalf, first of all, you need to sign a pile of paperwork. Second of all, that person needs to be licensed, guys. Okay? You need to get a professional trader that has a track record of years in the industry and that has a trading license. Okay? Then you're going to have to sign some paperwork, send it back, and only then that person will be allowed to trade on your behalf. So if anyone tells you on social media, I'm going to trade on your behalf, just give me the password, or I'll give you trading signals by SMS every day, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. Guys, red flag, okay? Red flag. Number 3, they never mention the risk involved, guys. Trading CFDs, trading on the financial markets, okay? CFDs are complex and very risky trading instruments. Okay, you might make a small fortune or you might lose your entire investment overnight. Okay, if you don't know how to do this properly, if you don't know how to set a stop loss, if you don't know how to when to trade, okay, how to place a take profit, how to close a trade, and when it's worth closing a trade, then very likely your trading mentor is a fraud. You have to understand risk has to be mentioned. This is one by the regulation. The regulation is forcing anyone that is qualified to work in the financial markets to mention the risk, to balance the situation. I always have to remind you, as easy as you can make a lot of profits, As easy as that, you can lose your entire account if you don't know what to do and how to work with your account properly. So if anyone tells you that all you're going to do is make profits and they're going to manage your trading account and there's no risk involved, very likely you're dealing with a fraudster. Let's have a quick look at number 4, guys. What is the 4th signal that your trading guru might be a fraudster? They never worked in the industry, guys. Okay, and this is very, very important because only people that did work in the industry know exactly what's going on the other side of the fence as well. Okay, what is happening on the other side of your trades? Okay, because you're placing your trades through a brokerage, guys. Okay, your trades most probably will go through a dealing room. Okay, you need to know what a dealing room is, how it works, what to stay away from, and how the platform, how the assets react when there's something wrong. Okay, now you might know this by trading for the last 20 years. However, the insights of the industry, guys, you can only find out about them if you worked in the industry. So if your trading mentor never worked in the industry, keeps promising you tremendous profits, offers to trade on your behalf, and never mentions the risk, guys, very, very likely you are dealing with a fraudster, and you shouldn't fall for it. Let's see the last but not the least, guys. Number 5. They are mysterious characters, guys, and I see this every single day. I am being approached by a bunch of people that want to do business with either myself or InstructFX, one way or another. The moment I'm asking them for a live Skype call, a video call, they go missing. You can tell they are fraudsters. So how can you tell if you're dealing with a mysterious character? They avoid to show their face public. Most probably they're using a nickname that they're so dumb that nickname that they're using doesn't even match their accent. Okay, so be very, very, very careful. They can't disclose where they worked before. They don't have a LinkedIn profile. If they have a LinkedIn profile, you can easily check up on them. Okay, so they are surrounded by mystery. They keep telling you that they know the secret. Okay, they're gonna help you, but when it comes to you asking questions, they don't really know what to answer. If you're asking them if they worked in the industry and for how long and where roughly did they work, they're going to try and avoid the subject. If you're asking them why their nickname doesn't match their accent, they're going to try and avoid the subject. Or they're going to tell you a story like, one of my parents is British or American or something. Okay, depending on the nickname that they're using. Guys, don't fall for this. These are the 5 red flags that you should know about when you're being approached by a trading guru. If you have more questions, guys, if you want to share an experience, good or bad, with us, feel free to contact us on instructfx.com, info@instructfx.com, and my direct email address, guys, thechartwhisperer@gmail.com. Drop us an email. Let us know what you're struggling with. What message would you like to send public? And I will personally make sure your voice will be heard through our daily broadcasts. This was it from my side today. Stay tuned. We're coming back live in a minute with the U.S. markets open, guys.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, and we're live. What's happening, beautiful people? Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Let me know how you're doing in the comments box below. And if you like what you see, guys, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. If you don't like what you see, annoy your neighbors, annoy your enemies by sharing our daily broadcasts. Now, let's get down to business, guys, and see what is happening in the markets today, Wednesday, 16th of February, 17th of February, 2021. Brace for volatility is the keyword today, as the economic calendar is absolutely packed with 10 announcements coming from the United States after 2 days of holidays. The U.S. stock markets point to lower opening today after breaking the records yesterday, with the Dow Jones, the S&P, and the Nasdaq dropping anywhere between 0.1 and 0.2%. Warren Buffett announced a multi-million dollar investment in Chevron, Verizon, and insurance broker Marsh McLellan, according to SEC filing released by Berkshire Hathaway yesterday. Crude oil futures hit 13-month high today, and Texas remains frozen until tomorrow, the latest. The retail sales data coming from the U.S. is expected to rise today for the first time in the last 4 months, guys. The euro takes another hit after many European banks started a debate about whether they might need state help. And Bitcoin, everyone's favorite, guys, rallies again today, flirting with the $52,000 mark for the first time in its history. U.S. markets open. Coming up. Right, and we're back, beautiful people. Big shout out and big thank you to our sponsors at markets.com. Let's get started. Let's see what is happening in the markets today, guys. Wednesday, 17th of February, 2021. I'm going to start with an announcement coming from the European watchdog for financial services, from ESMA, guys, which stated this morning, do not rely on social media stock tips. EU watchdog warns retail investors. Guys, this is very, very important, and I'm doing my best every day to pass you the clear information that you need. Financial markets are very risky. Cryptocurrencies are the riskiest asset class ever. Be very careful. Make sure you understand what you're dealing with before pumping money into something. No matter what anyone will tell you, make sure you understand and you mitigate the risk with knowledge, guys. So, let's see, what did ESMA say today, guys? Let me just sniper these pop-ups, because I'm stingy and I don't want to pay for a membership without adverts. Now, Reuters reported earlier on, guys, retail investors should avoid using unverified information from social media to buy and sell stocks. The European Union's market watchdog said this morning. Retail investors following the Reddit forum Wall Street Bets in the United States piled into GameStop Corporation last month, sending shares in the retailer rocketing at the expense of prominent investors who had bet against the stock, ringing alarm bells in Europe. Although market rules and structures are different in the European Union, it cannot be ruled out that similar circumstances may occur in the bloc as well, the European Securities and Markets Authority said in a statement today. There are already signs that more retail investors are piling into European stock markets. ESMA said increased participation of retail investors in Europe is helping to deepen the EU's capital market, but they face significant risks when buying shares that are very volatile, the watchdog said. Investors should first gather information from reliable sources and know how much losses can they bear, ESMA also stated. Organizing or executing coordinated strategies to trade or place orders at certain conditions and times to move a share's price could constitute market manipulation, ESMA said. Not could constitute, it is gross market manipulation, guys. Now, similarly, special care should be taken when posting information on social media about an issuer of a financial instrument, as false or misleading information may also be the market manipulation. Of course, guys. So be aware. And that's what we're trying to do here at InstructFX every single day. Give you the crude information from reliable sources. And if you have any questions, if you're struggling with anything, guys, please do feel free to type your questions and interact with us. And I will personally do my best to answer every single one of them. Right. Okay. So this is it from ESMA. Guys, do not rely on social media stock tips on placing positions. Okay, that's very, very, very important. Right. Hello, Hyrol Nizam. How are you? How are you, brother? Let us know if you're struggling with anything, and thanks for watching. Christina, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words. Let's move on, guys. Let's see what is happening in the economic calendar today. Yes, we had no more than 10 announcements to come out from the US. So we had a holiday once again in China, guys, in Asia, as Asia is celebrating the Spring Festival. We have Ash Wednesday in Brazil, and the Rio Carnival is happening as well. We started this morning with 3 announcements: the Consumer Price Index and the Producer Price Index on the British pound, guys, and all 3 of them came out positive, giving the pound a bit of a boost this morning. At 10 o'clock GMT plus 2, we had the ECB monetary policy statement, which again probably pushed the euro a bit higher. We had a couple of announcements from South Africa on the South African rand, guys. Both core consumer price index and consumer price index came out below expectations. So the South African rand very, very likely weakened a bit. And a few minutes ago, guys, we had the first 5 announcements coming from the US. We had the core producer price index, the core retail sales, producer price index for January, and retail sales, that all 4 of them, 4, not 5, came out green, came out on the positive side. Canada did well as well today regarding core CPI and CPI for January. Again, we saw positive numbers coming out. Everything came out green. And a few minutes ago, we saw the industrial production, guys, that was announced on the US dollar, that came out 0.9% versus an expectation of only 0.5% predicted by consensus. Now, in 42 minutes from now, guys, as you see, we're going to have business inventories, retail inventories, the ex-auto sector, FOMC meeting minutes, which is very, very important, guys, which should give everyone a hint on where the U.S. economy is heading to for the next at least 3 months. And we're going to end the day half an hour before midnight, guys, with the API weekly crude oil stock, which delayed the crude oil inventories this week by 1 day due to the public holiday on Monday for U.S. President's Day. This is what's happening in the economic calendar, guys. We saw a breaking news coming in at the bottom of the screen in the right. Chevron, Verizon rise, pre-market, Apple falls. I'll give you the reason why in just a second. Now, let's talk a bit about what's going on in Europe, guys, because Europe seems to be struggling. And the news I saw earlier on was mind-blowing. Europe braces for pandemic reality to hit banks. Right, okay, we have a few questions. Right, okay, Nizam, for anything you need, please feel free to drop me an email at thechartwhisper@gmail.com or info@instructfx.com, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible and clarify any issue that you might be facing. So, analysis, Euro braces for pandemic reality to hit banks. Let's see, very important, but I need to sniper these pop-ups. Right, here we are. Now, once again, Reuters, guys. Unpaid debt from pandemic-stricken borrowers has ravaged profits at Europe's big banks and kickstarted the debate among politicians about whether they may ultimately need state help. Reflecting on the pandemic impact, many bank executives say the worst is behind them, with Societe Generale CEO Frédéric Oudéa and BNP Paribas CEO Jean-Laurent Bonnaf predicting an imminent rebound. Optimism is a weapon of war, Philippe Bressac, chief executive at Crédit Agricole, said in January, decrying doom mongers. And this war we can win. Let's see. All 3 French lenders saw profits shrink last year, and profits at Spain, Santander, and Dutch bank ING also dipped. While executives voice confidence, European officials worry the bank's problems have barely begun. True, when you're printing such a big amount of money, obviously you're going to have an issue on the long run. They fear more borrowers will default when government support, including billions of euros of loan guarantees in France, Spain, and elsewhere, is unwound. Officials spelled out their concerns in a report presented to Eurozone finance ministers who met on Monday, warning of a wide-scale corporate distress. In the document, they highlighted the extent to which banks rely on governments to help borrowers. So roughly 587 billion euros of loans were under moratoria, and 289 billion euros of credit have been given on the back of public guarantees, they said, from a tally late last year. Right, so big warning from the European banks, guys. Let's see what's going to happen next. The euro is tumbling for the last couple of trading sessions. Let's see where is going to head to later on. Now, let's have a quick look at top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys. And then we're going to move on to the charts of the day and the signals of the day. And then I can take your questions. Right, number 1 on the board, guys, and very important. Texas still frozen. Oil hits 13-month high. Let me kill these pop-ups. They are killing me, guys. Right, the energy crisis affecting Texas dragged on into its 4th day today, with hundreds of thousands of households and businesses across the state left without electricity. Grid operator ERCOT said late yesterday is restoring load as fast as we can in a stable manner, but noted that it expects outages to last until Wednesday, the latest. Generating units across fuel types continue to struggle with frigid temperatures, ERCOT also added. Okay, so contrary to early reports blaming the outages principally on the failure of the state's wind turbines, is now clear that all sources of power were affected by the cold snap. Moreover, numerous power stations took themselves offline rather than paying surging spot prices for natural gas, which current regulation forbids them from passing on to consumers. Gas supply was affected not only by frozen wellheads, but also by higher demand that led to a drop in the pipeline pressure. Crude oil prices remain at elevated levels due to the loss of Texas oil production. U.S. crude futures were up almost 1% today, trading at almost $61 a barrel, while Brent was up 1.1%, trading at $64.06. Right. Now, number 3 on the board, guys. Stocks are set to open lower today with Shopify Hilton earnings due. U.S. stock markets are set to take a breather at the opening today after posting new records yesterday, helped by a strong performance from energy stocks on the back of what is likely to be a temporary cold snap. By 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Dow Jones futures were up 11 points, while the S&P 500 was down 0.1%, and the Nasdaq futures were down 0.2%. Shopify, Analog Devices, and Hilton International topped the earnings slate for the day, with Marathon Oil and lithium miner Albemarle, something like that, reporting after the close. Number 4, guys, and check this out. This is where it gets very interesting. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people ever, trims Apple's stake to bet on Chevron, Verizon, and Marsh. Warren Buffett trimmed his bet on Apple and plowed some of his proceeds into multi-billion-dollar assets, bets on Chevron, Verizon, and insurance broker Marsh McLellan, according to SEC filing released by Berkshire Hathaway after the close yesterday. Berkshire's stake in Verizon, in the U.S. Largest cell carrier, was worth $8.6 billion as of December 31st, while its stake in Chevron amounted $4.1 billion, the filing showed. Wow. Big amounts, guys. Very big amounts. Berkshire Hathaway remains the biggest institutional investor in Apple, with a stake worth of $120 billion. Right. That's why it's so important. Now, number 5 on the board, guys, and then we're going to move on to the charts of the day and the signals of the day. Retail sales, industrial production due. Now, we saw what came out, guys. We saw the numbers. Yes, so everything came out in green on the US dollar side of things today, and also on the Canadian dollar as well. And in 34 minutes from now, we're going to have 2 more announcements, and later on, we're going to have the FOMC meeting minutes. Now, let's have a quick look at some stocks, guys. But before that, please allow me 30 seconds to catch my breath. And don't go anywhere. We're coming back live in 30 seconds.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're back, beautiful people, with the charts of the day and the signals of the day. But first, my stock traders, you know I love you. Let's have a look at some stocks, guys. Let's see what is interesting in the markets today. We're going to start with Chevron, obviously, which rose 4.1%, and Verizon, that climbed 3.9% after Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway revealed yesterday via regulatory filing 8.6 billion stake in the phone company and a 4.1 billion stake in the oil company. Apple stock fell 0.8% after Berkshire Hathaway reduced its stake in the iPhone maker. Although at approximately 121 billion, the tech giant remains by far its largest common stock holding. So Apple might tumble a bit today, guys, at the opening. Salesforce fell 0.7% and Slack Technologies dropped 2.7% after the companies received requests for additional information from the antitrust division of the U.S. Department of Justice related to their $27.7 billion merger. Ford, guys, the good almighty Ford. It's been quiet. It's been very quiet for quite a few months now. Ford stock rose 1% after the auto giant announced it would invest $1 billion over the next 30 months to ensure its car lineup in Europe will be all electric by 2030. Very well done. Amazon fell 0.3% despite the New York Attorney General announcing plans to sue the e-commerce giant over its handling of worker safety issues around the COVID-19 pandemic at two warehouses. AIG fell 1.5% after the insurer posted a net loss of $60 million in the fourth quarter, mainly due to a $1.2 billion loss from derivatives. Hilton Worldwide fell 2.5% after the hotel chain posted a surprise quarterly loss as bookings took a hit from a resurgence in COVID-19 cases and renewed travel curbs. Shopify, guys, fell 2% despite the e-commerce company reporting 94% jump in holiday quarter revenue, beating estimates as more businesses chose to sell online during the pandemic. The stock overall has risen around 25% over the last month or so. So this 2% drop is not catastrophic for the company. Right, and Garmin, guys. Garmin stock rose 1.9% after the maker of fitness and navigation devices beat earnings and sales forecasts, seeing strong growth in most of its segment, led by marine and outdoor sector. Right, curious, with all the lockdown in place, guys, how did Garmin manage to do so well? But anyway, it's not up to me to decide. Now, let's have a quick look at the charts of the day and the signals of the day, guys. We are exactly 2 minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open. Okay, it's going to be a funny one today. I'm dying to see the market opening today. Okay, and to see how high can Bitcoin go, guys. That is the big question. How high can Bitcoin go, and based on what? Because the last couple of weeks, guys, okay, we saw some good news. Yeah, we saw Tesla, we saw MasterCard, we saw other big names getting involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. However, it's too much, too fast, too soon, which makes me think at superficial inflation. Yeah, the bubble. Okay, and that bubble might burst, guys, leaving the retail traders exposed. Now, let's have a quick look at the charts of the day, see what's happening in the markets, guys. We are looking at crude oil WTI futures, which started tumbling exactly half an hour ago, a few minutes ago, trading down at 59.91 as things stand right now. But we have the API data announced just before midnight today, so there's still plenty of breathing space for crude oil. Okay, so RSI stochastic pointing downwards, indicating a bit of a meltdown. We might see a retest to the downside at 58.50, where that 200 moving average is situated right now. Moving on, the euro, guys. The euro took a beating, and we see a death cross being formed there by the 50 and the 200 MA a few minutes ago, when all the data announced in the economic calendar on the US side of things came out positive, yeah, pushing the European currency even lower, and the analysis with the European banks that might be needing state help at some point, okay, is definitely not helping. Right, okay, quick one. 120.43 for the euro. We see a very shy correction starting RSI stochastic way into the oversold levels. So for the next half an hour, 1 hour or so, expect a bit of a correction, guys, from the euro side of things, and we take it from there. Most probably the US dollar will tend to do a bit better today if the stock market goes down. So moving on to the cable, guys, GBP USD on a 60-minute chart, 138.55 this afternoon for the pound, which gave back some gains during the European trading session today. Again, RSI stochastic at their lows, guys. Still not decided where to go. We probably need the US markets to open, and they just opened. So welcome to the US trading session, guys. And we need the markets to settle, for a bit, and then we can get a direction of the markets. Now, USD JPY is pulling back a bit, 105.94 this afternoon for USD JPY. After an hour ago, broke the 106 mark, trading as high as 106.21. Okay, we see a retest of that 20 moving average as things stand right now. We might see a retest of that 50 moving average. Why not yet? 105.72. And we take it from there. Overall, the RSI indicates a bit of an uptrend. The RSI is stuck somewhere in the upper section of the chart. Let's see if it falls below 50%, guys, and it sticks to 50% or below. Then we're gonna see probably another correction on the US dollar. Stochastic doesn't look too promising, pointing downwards now, guys. So keep an eye on that 50 moving average. Keep an eye on 105.72 for this afternoon for USD JPY. It might happen very, very soon. Right, the Aussie dollar, just like the European currencies, the euro and the pound is taking a beating every time the dollar does a bit better. 0.7732 for the Aussie dollar this afternoon, with a retest of that 200 MA, to the downside. We see a candlestick settling below that 200 moving average, and as well the RSI and the stochastic are pointing downwards. So don't expect anything good from the Aussie dollar, at least for the next few hours or so. USD Canadian, on the other hand, 127.31 this afternoon with a positive opening, and with the RSI and stochastic pointing upwards above the 50% mark, which usually indicates quite a bit of buying power on the market. Also, the candlestick formations settling above that 200 moving average, the red line, and consolidating there, again, indicate a bit of buying power on the market. Let's have a quick look at the S&P, guys, which opened with a gap to the downside. There it is. It's currently testing the 50 MA, $3,909.29 for the S&P 500 today at the opening. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Dow. The Dow opened more aggressively to the downside, 31,393.55 for the down this afternoon. Again, we see a shy retest of that 50 MA. Where do we take it from here? This is the question, and we're going to get the answers during the US trading session later on today. Right, Apple, what's happening with Apple? There we go, guys. We see Apple opening lower here, $131.70 for Apple, after the news that Berkshire Hathaway took some money out and reinvested in Chevron and Verizon and another company. Right, Amazon, not changed very much at the opening today. We see it opening where it closed yesterday. Nvidia, guys, opened to the downside, $600 flat, $598.88 for Nvidia as we speak. Again, we might see a retest of that 50 MA at 587. Okay, RSI stochastic again turning around and pointing downwards. The US dollar index is pushing higher. Okay, we see a bit of a pullback after the opening, 90.94 for the US dollar index, guys. And keep an eye on the correction. This is what most people are waiting for. A correction from this massive drop that happened up there, that lasted for a few trading sessions. Eventually, the market started going sideways a bit. A retest of that 200 MA to the upside. And eventually, we see the candlesticks consolidating above that 200 moving average, implying a potential uptrend up to the previous levels, around the 91.56 level, somewhere there. Okay, this is what is happening with the US dollar index. So, if the US dollar index goes up, what is happening with gold, guys? You have to know this by now. Exactly. Gold is going down because US index, the US dollar index and gold have a negative correlation, So, 1,779.05 for gold futures this afternoon at the open. Guys, we see the markets creating lower lows and lower highs. So, downtrend it is for gold futures. Right, Brent oil contract started falling, 63.34 this afternoon, 36. Okay, we see it pulling back a bit. Again, a retest of that 50 MA. Let's see if it's going to break the 50 MA. Then probably traders will set their take profits to the downside around the 61.50 level where the 200 moving average is. Right, silver futures. Again, silver is unchanged, guys. Seems to be ranging for quite a few trading sessions now, at least 3 or 4 trading sessions. Tesla opened to the downside, 771 flat for Tesla this afternoon. Again, we see a death cross to be formed by the 50 and the 200 MA, which usually implies quite a bit of selling power. I'm not sure many Tesla investors appreciate the stunt that Elon Musk pulled with investing $1.5 billion in Bitcoin and manipulating the markets a bit. Now, Facebook opened to the downside, but it is consolidating as we speak. $271.56 for Facebook this afternoon. I'm wondering what trouble is Mark Zuckerberg into right now. Right, Alibaba, guys, 271.56 for Alibaba, very close to Facebook price, 271.33 for Facebook and 271.56 for Alibaba. And now, guys, everyone's favorite, the good almighty Bitcoin, $50,939 this afternoon for one Bitcoin, guys. Unbelievable what's happening. We see a bit of a pullback that started about 3-4 hours ago, but still very, very shy. Someone is purchasing a lot of Bitcoin right now, and it's encouraging the trend and the price to go up. As once again, we see that cryptocurrencies, and especially Bitcoin, guys, does not react to any logic, at least lately. Okay, so almost $51,000 for a Bitcoin today. And Ethereum, guys, is doing well, $1,809.68 for Ethereum this afternoon. Ethereum started going sideways in the last few trading sessions. We don't see the market creating higher highs or higher lows anymore. We just see the price supported by that 200 moving average. But this is it basically for Ethereum. Nothing big, still an impressive uptrend that started on the 2nd of January 2021. From the 2nd of January till today, guys, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other cryptocurrencies went in an uptrend. Now, we know as traders, at least some of us should know as traders, that whatever goes up must come down. And after an uptrend of 2 months like this, we might see a pullback. And again, retail traders, be careful. Right, let's have a quick look at some signals, guys. A few minutes into the U.S. trading session. Strong sell indications for the euro and the pound this afternoon, shortly after the opening. We see a strong sell indication for the USD JPY as well. USD CHF remains in a strong buy. The Aussie dollar versus the US dollar, strong sell once again. And we see some signals changing as we speak. AUD, USD, strong sell on 3 time frames. The daily remains a strong buy. The euro seems to be strengthening on a 5-minute chart versus the British pound, but the daily and the hourly still remain a strong sell. USD CAD has a strong buy on 3 time frames. The Kiwi dollar, strong sell on all 4 time frames versus the US dollar. Euro JPY, strong sell. Euro CHF, very undecided. And the pound, again, versus the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc, shows us a strong sell indication on at least 2 of the 4 time frames. This is it, guys. This is what is happening on the US markets today. Be careful. We still have quite a few announcements following in 19 minutes, guys. Okay, we're going to have the business inventories in the economic calendar, the retail inventories, which is the ex-auto sector, and then the FOMC meeting minutes and the API crude oil stock. Okay, so this is what's happening. The volatility is far from over. If anything, the volatility will kick in the next couple of hours. So join me again tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm going to have, if not 1, 2 guests tomorrow, and we're going to talk about, I'm not going to tell you what are we going to talk about. You're going to have to follow me tomorrow and see what are we going to talk about. Until then, Remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money.